Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman athletics and youth. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookeville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. Tee-Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee-Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family. Trusted care right where life happens.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
The Upperman Lady Bees tour around the state to open this season continues tonight in the foothills of the Smoky Mountains. Welcome in to the Kings Academy in Seymour, Tennessee, the start of our girls basketball matchup this evening between the Upperman Lady Bees and the Kings Academy Lady Lions. I'm Noah McKay on the call here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Today's broadcast is presented by Gentry's Power Equipment, your hometown steel and Exmark dealer. For the Lady Bees, their schedule this season has been simple. 4A teams or runners-up from a year ago. They get another runner-up here today as they are at the Class or Division II Class 1A runners-up from a year ago. A team that has made 3 consecutive state tournaments in these Kings Academy Lady Lions. They are 5-2 on the season, coming off a dominant 99-12 victory over Beret and Christian out of Knoxville. The Lady Lions have won 5 games in a row after dropping their first 2 matchups against Bearden by 11 and Alcoa by 29. This is a very good Kings Academy squad and potentially a poor matchup tonight for the Lady Bees because they have some elite size, anchored by number 13, Jenny Betinu. Betinu at 6'5" listed. She's a walking double-double. And Maggie Butler has a tall task tonight for the Lady Bees. With that, let's get right to the South Willow Auto Clinic starting lineup for the Upperman Lady Bees tonight. It is the same starters we've seen the entire season. Number 3, Cassie Crouch. Number 11, Sadie South. Number 12, Taylor Delenti. Number 22, Gracie Butler. And number 23, Maggie Butler. We are here. Girls only tonight. The boys for the Bees are at James Lawson later on this evening. A 7:30 tip-off. Jacob Benson will have the action back here and on YouTube. Upperman in their road gold uniforms, gold shorts, white numbers on the front and the back with the black lettered Lady Bees across the front. Kings Academy in their home white jerseys, white pants, purple numbers and letters with black trim. Matinu going to be off against Butler in the circle. That's Gracie Butler. As the lead official walks in, throws it up, let's get it on as Gracie wins the tip to Sadie South. Not a college regulation floor, a little bit smaller here, so spacing will be at a premium. That is an advantage for the Kings Academy as well with their size with Patinu, as Crouch has it poked from her, now goes to gather. Hand off to Sadie South, South around the right side. Lady Bees at 5-2. Nearly pulled off a huge comeback as Gracie Butler drives, Patinu turns her away and has her first rebound. Fell by 2 at Lebanon. Now an outlet feed finds the target, saved in bounds. Nice feed. Right hand lay though, won't go. Rebound punched, and Maggie Butler comes away with the board. Here's Crouch ahead. Gracie Butler kicks it across to South, kicks back Maggie Butler. Left wing three, can't go. Rebound down. This one grabbed by Walden. Here comes the Kings Academy into the half court. Walden off the dribble for three. Won't go. Another rebound, and Maggie Butler got held. Betunu got her arm there. Upperman would love to get her into some foul trouble, although they have more size as well. Adit Cool off the bench at 6'3". If you're thinking, hey, it's dark in this gym, so can't brighten that up. Apologies. Full court press here for TKA, I should say, as Crouch breaks it herself into the front court. Here's Taylor Delente in the half court. Still scoreless a minute in. Now Gracie over to Delente. Delente thought about it. Aggressive man-to-man defense. Kicks back to Butler. Gracie to Delente. Right there is Ashley as Delente goes to work. Kicks back to South. South back to Crouch. Cassie off the dribble back to Delente. Delente drives into the low block, turns, baseline, throws the shot up. No call, play on. Walden with the block. An opportunity here for the Kings Academy. Walden again off the dribble. That's clearly her shot. No, but Betinu, the walking double-double with another rebound. Now she reverses back out to Walden. And the head coach Dante Turnaspeed, gives the new play call. Mentioned 3 straight state tournaments here for TKA, as this one's swiped out by Crouch. And they'll say it last one off of the leg of the Lady Lions, who don't realize it yet, and it's going to be Lady B basketball. I don't think anybody realizes. Now Taylor Delente finally does, as this ball is going to go the other way. Sophomore point guard Cassie Crouch brings it up here for the Lady Bees. She's being closely guarded by Kyle Young. Now a turnover. Walden pushes it ahead. This is what Upperman's trying to limit today, as Walden throws it off the glass, and finally points are scored as the Lady Lions get the 2. Now quick outlet feed to Gracie Butler. Gracie drives, finger rolls, and finishes. 2-2, the Upperman offense, which has had tremendous looks but has not been able to make them fall early in this season, gets one there from Gracie B. Now they go into the full court press. Nice outlet feed ahead into the corner. Working it inside. Shot way up off the glass. No, a tie-up between Gracie Butler and Emma Ashley. The arrow belongs to the Kings Academy. Apologies for the jerky camera for a moment. I'm doing both tonight, which is no problem, but I want to get you as close as we can from an awkward angle. Baseline inbound coming from Walden. Looking for Betinu, but it was covered nicely, so she reverses back out to reset for Young. Young picked up by Crouch. Lady Bees playing man-to-man again. Haven't had to play a ton of zone this year. Now here's a drive, turnaround shot, nice take, but it won't go. Rebound loose, nobody got it, as South and Crouch both watched it, and it leads to an easy 2 for Olivia Loveday. That does not make Dana McWilliams happy as T.T. Carson goes to the table. Now quickly ahead, here's Sadie South. Gives back Gracie Butler. Butler works inside around Betinu. Butler has it swiped out of her hands, and it'll stay on this end. T.T. Carson, potentially the most consistent B so far this season, comes off the bench as the 6th man. Really coming into her own. Delente to inbound. Going to send over the top to Maggie. Maggie back to Sadie South from way downtown. Good. Sadie South with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. She's had great looks this year, looking to find her rhythm. Now a shot up and a foul as Maggie Butler swiped down. And for the Lady Bees, they cannot have Maggie Butler taking personal fouls unless it's against Betinu, because she is their post defender. But she picks it up there against a guard inside, and that is big for the Kings Academy in this game, as Kyle Young is at the stripe to shoot 2. part of another tough week of basketball here for Upperman. They'll have 4 days away, then Friday at home against the Blackman Lady Blaze, and then Saturday against East Nashville. So a tough string of what has already been a tough string of games as they try to prepare for the best AAA district in the state of Tennessee with the likes of Sparta and Stone. Second free throw, no good, but the rebound tipped up, and a second chance here for the Lady Lions on their home floor as Delenti smacks that one out of play. It stays on that end with TKA. 4:45 to go in the first quarter, just getting things started in a 5-5 ball game. Walden brings it up here. Steps back, she's their shooter, and that's why. Splashes home to three. Third time was the charm for Skylar Walden. And it's back to a 3-point Lady Lions lead. Now here's Carson running the point. Carson with a step on a couple of defenders. Now needs an outlet, finds it with Maggie Butler. Over to Taylor Delenti. Delenti bounces back to Gracie. Batenu steps to her. Carson now gets that pass. TT Carson drives off the backboard, no rebound down. Grabbed by Loveday, and an opportunity for Walden as she runs the floor. Walden off a screen again, moving screen. No call as Walden hits the step back three. If you can get away with that, TKA is going to win this game. Blatant moving screen. Here's Carson now. Lady Bees down by 6 on the road. A couple of slow starts in a row for them as Gracie Butler drives inside off the glass. That'll help as she puts it in for 2. 11-7 to score. Fast-paced game so far. Loveday off the dribble for 3. No, but a foul inside. Big one. Batenu just picked up the personal as she dumped off Maggie Butler inside, and it'll go the other way. And that is her second personal, so big there for the Lady Bees. But 6'5" goes out as Adit Cool checks in. She's 6'3". And now they're having a discussion. Not sure what it's about. It was a clear call against the Lady Lions. And I wonder if they were asking about escalating that a little bit. They are not going to. As Bella Fye, who is really starting to come into her own, will go to the table, and she's going to check in here for Sadie South. The sophomore Fye has the potential, I think, to really break out as this season moves on. Delenti gives to TT Carson. Lady B's trying to handle the press as Carson sends across to Delenti. Now Butler. This is Gracie. Gracie back to Delenti. Floor spacing a little bit off for the Lady Bees as they set up down 4. 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Carson has it poked. Gracie Butler goes to gather, and now a foul. That'll be a block on Emmy Atchley. And that's the team's third against the Kings Academy. It's Atchley's first. The other two are on Batenu. Let us know in the comments on YouTube or Facebook who you're watching for, who you're cheering for in this one. As Carson gets the inbounds pass, got to be careful right around that timeline. Here's Bella Fye. Fye hands off to Carson. Carson trying to find the back door for Butler. It's very well defended. Now she picks up. In some trouble here is TT Carson. She'll find Maggie Butler as the outlet. Butler working on Cool. Now swings it over to Fye. Fye activates to the baseline. Gets into the low block. Now she's in some trouble. Fye spins a couple of times. Running out of time. Now finds an outlet with Butler as it's tipped out of play and stays with the Lady Bees. Nicely defended by Skylar Walden inside as Sadie South back to the table. She checks in for TT Carson. Interesting to see who runs the point with this 5 for the Lady Bees. As Delenti going to inbound here. Goes over for Fye, and it's intercepted. What a catch by Walden. Now in a foot race, Walden throws it up. No. Got too far inside. Rebound tip. Maggie Butler has it. Lady Bees with numbers if they hurry. Skip pass ahead. There's Gracie Butler. She barrels inside off the glass too strong. Rebound down to TKA. Frenetic pace right now. An outlet feed. That one tipped and intercepted by Maggie Butler. She finds Delenti. Delenti picks up her dribble, skips it across to South. Now Gracie Butler with a head of steam. Weaves and kicks to Fye. Corner 3. Bella Fye can't get it. Rebound down. Walden. That's going to be a foul. Pushed off on Delenti. It'll be the first on Skylar Walden with 2:22 to go. In this first quarter, 11-7. TKA with the lead. Hit a couple of threes earlier on. Since then, it's been back and forth with no points. Gracie Butler puts it up. No. Very nice job going straight up by Olivia Loveday. Now here's Walden already. Hit 2 threes. Steps into another one. That one won't go. She's got the green light special. Gracie with the rebound. Now Gracie Butler pushing in transition. Hands off to South. South to Maggie. Maggie drives into Cool, back to South. Back to Delenti. She thought about it. We mentioned the smaller dimensions of this floor as Delenti has a lane inside. Finger rolls through. Taylor Delenti. Decisive take, decisive finish. Lady B's back within 2. I mentioned the dimensions because you may see some deeper tries for Upperman, at least appearance-wise, as Butler tips that one out of play. And Cassie Crouch going to check in here for Gracie Butler. And the scoreboard just went off because you may have seen on the bottom part of your screen as the ball went in, the players went into the scores table and something got unplugged down there. So a stoppage while they tend to that. It'll be a de facto quick cash pawn timeout as they will clear the floor and try to figure out what came unplugged as those scores tables got moved. They're on wheels and got put into it. A couple of gyms here at TKA. This one, it kind of has the look of a warehouse with the slanted roof. Very nice facility, great folks to interact with so far pregame. We will have a boys game upcoming. 7:30 tip. It will not be in this stream, obviously, because it's in the Nashville area. Jacob will have the action as the Bees take on James Lawson. And we have power again. Now they're going to try to protect those plugs. Scoreboard back on with 1:45 to play in the first quarter. Upperman trails 11-9 here on the road, and I think for now at least, we're about ready to go as they get the table shifted back in place. Good work downstairs. Inbound here as Upperman ratchets up the pressure. Loveday has it. Loveday back and forth with Walden. Little tip, now a nice outlet feed ahead as they set up. Upperman settles into their zone, and it leads to a wide open shooter. Breakdown defensively, now an offensive rebound. Upperman all out of sorts. Another offensive rebound for Cool, and a big one here. Going to be the second on Maggie Butler as she came down, and Adit Cool going to go to the line. So Upperman got Patenu out of the game with 2, but now Maggie Butler with 2, and Cool will have a big size advantage on whoever comes off the bench, and it'll be on Gracie Butler to try and slow her down. As Cool at the line, and her first one rattles through. Gracie checks in for Maggie here. And it's against your DNA as a defender to sometimes just have to let them get the shot off, but that's the case tonight in this game. And you see why. 2 for 2 at the line for Adit Cool. It's 13-9. Crouch with the basketball here. Now Bella Fye, nice move to get free. Kicks over to an open Sadie South. Her 3 won't go, and more of the same. Great looks not going for the Lady Bees. Becoming a frustration point for them. Now quickly ahead. Loveday for 3, rattles it home. TKA does not have that problem. They're getting open looks and raining them home. Olivia Loveday from downtown. Largest deficit so far for the Lady Bees here in the first quarter, under a minute to go. 54 seconds to be exact. Now here's Crouch. That's closely guarded. Crouch running out of time. Sends it over to Butler. Gracie. And now Delenti. Looking backdoor. What a pass to Gracie Butler for 2. The set play by Dana McWilliams leads to the 2 for Gracie Butler. Nice feed as well by Delenti. Now quickly ahead. Shot put up, no. Rebound free. Another offensive rebound grabbed by the Kings Academy. That shot and a foul. On the hand, got Delenti and Cool to the line to shoot 2. That shot had no chance of going, but the foul occurred. And Cool, who just made 2, goes back to shoot 2 more. And Dana McWilliams will not be happy with 16 points already allowed to the Kings Academy. First free throw for Cool, no good off front iron. .4 to go here in the first. Cool second on its way. Little strong on that one. Fye with a rebound. Fye quickly ahead. Here's Gracie Butler. Upperman maybe wise to hold. Gracie Butler is not doing that. Missed it, but got her own rebound. Kicks out to South. Delenti's wide open, but Crouch going to slow it down. 14 seconds to go in the quarter. Upperman trails by 5. The defense been really good for TKA. Here's 5, 4 seconds. Delenti, that's the play. Got free. 4-3. Doesn't go long off the back iron. Rebound down. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. A strong opener for the home team. The Kings Academy 16, Upperman 11. This is Lady B basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this 3-bed, 2-bathroom home in the desirable Poplar Point subdivision in Rickman. This home sits on just under an acre with a 2-car garage and over 1,500 square feet of living space. It's the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. For more information, visit ChadandAmyCrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Lady Bees trail the Kings Academy 16-11 as we're back underway here in the second quarter in Seymour, Tennessee, the foothills of the Smoky Mountains. As Crouch sends to Gracie Butler. A lot of contact, uncalled, and now they do make the call. Emma actually going to be called for her second. I think the official was forced into making that because Butler stepped out, but could have let it go if she was able to stay in, but stepped out, so had to make the call. As Jade Dabrowski checks in for the first time. Upperman did some good things in the first quarter, but couldn't hit a lot of open looks, and that has been the story the past couple of games after a great start from the field to open the season as Crouch gives to Maggie Butler. Maggie playing with 2 fouls, gives to Gracie. Gracie with a head of steam inside. Gracie Butler for 2 more. The leading scorer for the Lady Bees puts it off the glass for 2. Upperman within 3. Now quickly ahead, here's Cool. Puts up the shot. Nice finish. Maggie Butler has to play without fouling, so couldn't get the full contest in. 5-point game again. Here's Crouch. Upperman trying to rely on their speed. Ahead, here's Maggie. Maggie to Delenti. Delenti off a screen. She drives. Pulls up in the mid-range. Good look. Again, it doesn't fall. Cool with the rebound. 5-point lead for the Lady Lions on their home floor. Here's Walden. She hit 2 threes and is a great shooter, and that is a moving screen. As a deep Cool slid in front, they got away with one earlier. It led to a wide open 3. That time the official calls her for it. It wasn't Cool the first time. 7:02 to go in the second. It's 18-13. Lady Bees trail. In the middle of a very tough non-district schedule to open this season. We mentioned the 2 games coming up this week, then on the road in Florida. And then to that prestigious Andrew Johnson Bank Classic in Greenville. What a finish for Gracie Butler, who drives again. She's starting to play back under control and find her rhythm. Gracie Butler on a torrent pace to open the season. Now Walden again, another moving screen as Cool turns into it. That one's no good. South wisely just lets it go out of play, and it'll go to the Lady Bees. Cool sets the screen and then just turns and starts walking, but the screen defender has to have an opportunity to work her way through. They've called it once, gotten away with it twice. Crouch. 1-on-1, drives and kicks Delenti. Delenti hands off Butler again. Gracie Butler, no good, but the foul is called. Butler to the line to shoot 2 as she's starting to play downhill. Elizabeth Stowbridge going to pick up the personal. And Butler to the line to shoot 2 as Upperman's deficit been cut down from 7 to 3. Well, it was 9 points at halftime for the Lady Bees against Lebanon. Already beyond that pace. That was a defensive war. Trailed by 13 with 5 minutes to go. Came back, had a great look from Butler at the buzzer that ultimately didn't fall, as the first one for Butler's no good. Going to have to convert these are the Lady Bees. Next one for Gracie. No good, 0 for 2. Cool with the rebound. Now both teams have had at least one trip to the line go 0 for 2. Here's Walden, works away from a screen now. Nice move, step back, won't go. I have the little chuckle because she just has such a quick shot and can shoot it from anywhere. Rebound down to Maggie Butler, and the Lady Bees with the basketball again down 3. Maggie working on Cool, sends back to Gracie. One-on-one, Gracie Butler likes the matchup, you can tell. Over to South. South, little hezzy. She drives baseline, now spins back. South to Delenti, open tray on the way, good. Taylor Delenti with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Lady Bees tied the game up, it's 18 apiece. Back into the full court press, trying to break it is Strobridge. Stowbridge now, sends back to Young. Young, nice move on South, who stays with her. Now Stowbridge again, Strobridge. Handoff, Walden bobbles, able to collect in the half court. 5:20 to go, Walden steps back, another three. That one no good, and a foul inside for a hold. It's going to be on Maggie Butler. This is huge. It's her third. Again, her and Cool going at it. Maggie played a couple of minutes here in the quarter, but picked up her third and will be forced out as Carson and Phi to the table. And Dana McWilliams wants a 30-second quick cash pawn timeout on the floor. You need some quick cash. Go see our friends at Quick Cash Pawn in Cookeville. 5:15 to go. Couple of games for you tomorrow night across the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. I will be in Nashville as the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers and Cavs take on Lipscomb Academy. That girls' game should be unbelievable. The boys' game will be fun as well. Jacob will be in Byrdstown tomorrow night for a big one in the Upper Cumberland. It will be the high school basketball game of the week again for the second time in 3 weeks as Stone Memorial takes on Pickett County. The boys' game the last time went to overtime. The top 5 matchup there. 5:15 to go in the first half, 18-18. Foul trouble looming as Batinu is back in the game. And they've gone to their big lineup. That's a smart move as Carson swipes it away from Cool. That's the only way to limit it if you're the Lady Bees. Going to have to force some turnovers. Delenti with the basketball. Upperman's 7-point deficit is now a tie game at 18. 7 straight for the Lady Bees. And I'll tell you, TKA's got some really nice shooters, but every time they don't pound it inside is a break for Upperman because they don't have the length to defend that. Now a feed inside as Crouch was trying to get it to Carson. Now it's a turnover instead. Now an outlet feed. Shot put up, a lot of contact and a foul as Carson, or Crouch rather, will be called for the personal. Gracie Butler to the table, about to check back in. Tough sequence there for the Lady Bees. Ends up with 2 free throws upcoming. It's the first on Crouch. Jade Dabrowski to the line where she will shoot 2 with 4:37 to go in the half. First one for Dabrowski. Rattles home, it's good. Kings Academy finally on the board here in the quarter as Gracie Butler checks in for Cassie Crouch. And will likely, T.T. Carson out there. I was going to say she could run the point, but it's 5 guards on the floor for the Lady Bees. Next one, no good. Delenti with a rebound. Both teams struggling at the line in the first half. Outlet feed to Bellafai. She's wide open. Dribbles it over. 1-3-1 zone here for the Kings Academy with Cool at 6'3" at the top. That's a unique look. Here's Gracie Butler. Gets a step inside. Contorts it, finishes. Gracie Butler putting on a show here on the road in the first half. And Upperman leads 20-19. Now a little pass inside. Carson tried to swipe it. Cool with a step. Drives inside. Disrupted. No call. Gracie Butler with the defensive play. Now Carson shrugs off a defender. Spins it over to South. South to Delenti. Delenti, shot fake, kick to South. She'll line up the wing 3. Yes, sir. Sadie South with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. And the Lady Bees are here to play this afternoon after a slow start, ahead by 4. Now a pass ahead. That one intercepted. T.T. Carson picks it off. Lady Bees trying to grow their lead. Carson drives in. It's held up. Great play by Walden. Got 2 hands on it to force the jump. And the arrow going to belong to the Kings Academy. Lady Lions basketball, really good play by Walden. Not even going for the contest. Saw the opening to grab the basketball and did so. Walden now working on Phi up ahead. Phi stays with her. Walden bobbles, gathers, now fires it over. It's knocked out of play by Sadie South. Upperman getting after it on the defensive end right now with 3:25 to go in the first half. Dabrowski with a baseline inbound here. Finds Batenu. Working on Butler. Turnaround shot. Gracie Butler. That is how you defend in the low post. Butler ahead. Tosses over to Phi. Phi drives baseline, throws the runner. Won't go. Betinu with a rebound. Sorry, I missed it. It's on my bad. Now ahead, wasting no time here. Little crossover and retreat. Delenti with the poke. Able to gather again is Young. Nearing 3 to play here in the first half. Upperman leads by 4. That shot no good, an air ball, and that should be a foul underneath, and it is. Betinu just picked up her third. How about the job Gracie Butler has done in the low block? They went with the big lineup, and it did not work at all. And this is a wise move by Coach Turnipseed as he has gone now with his guards. The on-paper mismatch being overcome by the defensive effort for the Lady Bees. Here's Carson. Now that brings new challenges if you're an Upperman fan, because this is a team that can really shoot the basketball in the Kings Academy. Gracie drives inside. Gracie Butler for 2 more. This is dominant by Gracie Butler in the first half. 2:38 to go in the second. Delenti nearly gets it away from Loveday. It's bobbled, but Dabrowski has it. Now nearly poked again. She's fighting with Delenti. Fires a pass, intercepted again by T.T. Carson. Another steal. Now Carson running the floor. Weaving through traffic. T.T. Carson too far inside. No, and a foul. Delenti came in and caught Young in the body. And I think this is the second on Taylor Delenti. It is. So now Maggie Butler has 3. Taylor Delenti has 2. And Abby Stone will check in with Dana McWilliams recognizing that fact. She'll come in and get Delenti. Upperman still pressing 94 feet. 6-point lead for the Lady Bees. Now ahead, here's Loveday, right into a 3. Told you they can shoot it, and she rings it home. Big bucket there for the Lady Lions. Here's Carson. Carson works into the defender. Little hezzy, my goodness. T.T. Carson underhands to Stone. Didn't want to get the shot off, instead gives back to Gracie. Steps back, thought about the 3. Instead, South was more open than she realizes. Dabrowski fell off. Here's Gracie again, one-on-one. Little hezzy, she'll kick out to 5. Bella 5 from downtown. Popped out, no. Nice rebound for Emma Ashley. Here come the Lady Lions. Walden. Dangerous pass out of play, and a break for the Lady Bees as they'll get it back with 1:35 to go in the half. Butler inbounds to Carson. Carson, as the trap comes, accelerates away from it. T.T. Carson's going to have an open lay, blocked from behind. Emmy Ashley got on her horse and sprinted to get the block out of play. In the student section, which has arrived here, loves that play. Is Taylor Delenti going to check in here for Abby Stone? Delenti with those 2 fouls, but a big offensive possession here for Upperman. They need Delenti and Gracie Butler on the floor at the same time. Phi inbounds to Gracie. Gracie finds Delenti, pop 3, quick trigger, won't go, rebound down. Grabbed away by Young. Stone back to the table as they hope Delenti doesn't pick up the foul, and there will be a foul on Bella Phi as Walden went into her, and they'll call her for a hold as Stone checks in for Delenti. Little defense-offense here. 1:13 to go. They'll fire it into the backcourt. Smart inbound to Walden. Here in the second quarter in East Tennessee. Working on 5. Walden tries to shrug her off. Now a long 3 on the way. No good. Rebound out of play, and it'll go to the Lady Bees. Will they send Delenti back to the table or not? They will. Taylor Delenti to the table. Defense, offense continues. Stone checks back out. Exactly 1 minute to play here. I would imagine Upperman would very much enjoy a minute-long possession if they can't get a wide-open look before then. Trailed by as many as 7, now up by 3. And it looks like Carson is content to wait for now. Carson hands off to Phi. A lot of minutes here for Bella Phi. Crosses over, back to Delenti. Carson, 32 seconds, over to Gracie. Gracie resets the clock, now over to Carson. 25 seconds for T.T. Carson. Apologies for no clock on the screen, but I can tell you it would not be accurate as that one's poked. Carson able to find Delenti. Walden now goes there. Here's 5. 13 seconds for 5. New play in. Bounces over to Delenti. It's a little bit off the mark. Backdoor cut to South. My goodness, that's a disgusting pass by Taylor Delenti. 3 seconds left here, and that's a double dribble with 1.2 seconds. An opportunity for the Lady Bees to get a shot. That pass was sensational by Taylor Delenti. Over the top to South in a spot where she can easily shoot the basketball inside. 1.2 here for Upperman as they try to get a look, leading by 5. Butler, inside cut to Delenti, puts it up, but it won't go. That brings us to the end of the first half. A first quarter controlled by the Kings Academy, a second quarter controlled by the Lady Bees, and we've got a good one unfolding here in Seymour. We'll take an extended break to hear from all of our sponsors, a standalone game, so we got to roll through these ads in a hurry. But at the break, it is Upperman 27, the Kings Academy 22. This is Upperman basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Legacy House is right here in the heart of Smithville. It's more than a boutique, it's a family story woven into every thread. I'm Amy Allen, and I started this place with my 3 beautiful daughters. We offer timeless pieces that feel both classic and bold. From rich textured clothing to one-of-a-kind accessories. This shop has a perfect mix of heritage with a modern edge. So come on down. You'll find more than just fashion. You'll find a place where legacy and style meet.
Located at 104 West Walnut Street in Smithville, stop by and see their selection Tuesday through Saturday. Legacy House is proud to be an all-inclusive sponsor of UC.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood, or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Located at the end of Prosperity Drive on a quiet cul-de-sac in Prosperity Point, this home offers 2,964 finished square feet. Features include a split bedroom plan, large open great room and dining room for gatherings and entertaining, spacious primary suite, generously sized guest bedrooms, partially finished basement with walkout access, and a 2-tiered back deck overlooking the pool. Priced at $414,900. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145 for more. Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookeville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group offers expertise in a variety of services, including real estate, personal property, equipment, and nonprofit benefit auctions. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their upcoming auctions at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
SwallowsInsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network.
At the break, Upperman leads the Kings Academy 27-22 here on the road. For the Lady Bees, it was Gracie Butler leading the way in that first half. 14 points for the senior. That went along with 8 for Sadie South and 5 for Taylor Delenti, as the Lady Bees outscored the Kings Academy in the second quarter 16-6 in the frame, as the Kings Academy was really solid from behind the arc in the first quarter, then got into some foul trouble with their bigs. Upperman got out and running in transition, made a couple of big buckets by Gracie Butler and Sadie South, and the Lady Bees lead by 5. And we come back, it'll be third quarter action here. This is Upperman basketball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family, trusted care right where life happens.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
The teams have retaken the floor, and we're set for third quarter action here at the Kings Academy. It's the Lady Bees with a 5-point lead. This one very much up in the air as Upperman will have the basketball to start the second half. I'm Noah McKay, happy to be along with you tonight. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment. Thank you to them and all the advertisers. Make it possible for us to be here live on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to be live on YouTube only, and then we realized the boys don't start till 7:30, so we got it on both. Bella Phi starting this quarter as she's working her way more and more into the rotation. Phi has it, top of the key, sends over left side, Taylor Delenti. Maggie Butler's playing with 3 fouls. She sets a screen, rolls off, high pass from Delenti. It ricochets. South saves it in. Not sure she had to. It went out of bounds. Better to be safe than sorry, but a turnover as the Kings Academy gets the basketball back. It's a little high on the inlet pass off the pick and roll. Upperman back in their press this time. Nice outlet feed ahead to Loveday. Loveday steps into a long 2-pointer, which is good. Olivia Loveday gets the Kings Academy on the board, and this has been a game of runs. The Kings Academy led by 7. Upperman stretched their lead to 5. Backdoor cut 5. Finds South inside, who puts it in for 2. Upperman killing the Lady Lions with those backdoor cuts. Now spinning, trying to find some space is Young. Delenti stays with her. Young works it around left side, now back to the sharpshooter Walden. Put a bunch of threes up, made a couple in the first half, then fell in love with it just a little bit. Now speaking up, triggers the long 3, no good, rebound down as Maggie Butler twisted her ankle as she hit the floor. Last touch by Betinu. Maggie appears to be okay, just tweaked it a little bit. Fell down on it sideways, but she's staying out there right now. Gonna have to be careful playing with those 3 fouls. Sometimes you can compensate a little bit with that pain. But she's out there grinding it out right now. You love to see it. South to Delenti, wide open. Taylor Delenti. No good, popped over and out. Now Walden pushing it ahead. Game hanging in the balance. Very fun matchup today. Walden drives past 5, throws up the shot. Gracie Butler with sensational defense as that one goes out of play. Possession back to Upperman. Gracie's defense in the interior in this game against a much taller squad has been a work of art. 6:24 to go in the third. It's 29-24. She now has the basketball. Gracie with a head of steam. Picks up, tosses across to Phi. Phi to Delenti. Great feet. Wide open. No good. South with the rebound. Second chance for Upperman. Back to Butler. She drives inside. Gracie Butler won't go. Betinu with a rebound. 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. 29-24. Now a dangerous feed. Loveday has it. Betinu trying to post up on Maggie in the low block. There goes the feed. Maggie puts her hand straight up. Gracie goes in for the tie-up, and that's a foul. Got on the arms. Gracie Butler that time. Looking for the basketball. Couldn't quite get it. Foul trouble percolating for both teams here. But that is just the first for Gracie Butler. It's another area of improvement this year for her. Only fouled out of 1 game, and that was a horribly officiated game. This one's been fine as Maggie tips that one out of play. What I'm talking about was the Mount Juliet game, which was just out of this world. Inbound to Walden in the backcourt. 5:49 to go. Lady Bees lead by 5 here in the third. Nice screen on Phi. Walden then pushed from behind, and there's the foul. Skylar Walden will go to the line as she popped up in the mid-range. Phi got into the back. 2 free throws upcoming as T.T. Carson's at the table. That's the second on Phi. Walden's first, and just by seeing how she shoots the 3, I got to imagine she's a good free throw shooter. As she hits theirs, Carson checks in for Phi. Next one for Walden. Nothing but nylon. 2 for 2. The Kings Academy back within 3. The pace is slowed down significantly as Carson works through a trap. Easy for me to say. Now she picks up, needs an outlet somewhere, finds Gracie Butler. Butler puts her head down. Butler has it poked, gathers, kicks to Delenti. Delenti resets back to South. South gets the defender off her. Now Carson to Delenti. This 1-3-1 zone, they've shifted into a man-to-man as the chess match begins. 2 teams with state championship aspirations. I've said that every game, it feels like, for the Lady Bees this year. It's Gracie. Gets the handoff from Maggie. Drives and finishes. Gracie Butler with 16 points so far in the ball game. That's her season average. 4:54 to go in the third. Now trying to get in Betinu, and that one's swiped away by Delenti on the pass. Now Delenti goes very slowly, then turns on the Jets, no good, and the rebound was touched out of bounds. Standing was actually, so the Lady Bees get it back. Here's Cool. They went to this big lineup once in the second quarter, and it did not go well for the Kings Academy, but it is a mismatch on paper, at least offensively, as Gracie has the basketball. She already dribbled once, so wisely gives back out to Carson. Carson hands off to Maggie. Maggie back to Delenti. Delenti's survey skips it to Sadie South. She's open, so she triggers. That one's no good. Rebound down Betinu, and she stepped on the line. Carson may have got away with a little bump there, but it works out as Cassie Crouch down to the table, and Upperman starting to roll these subs now, going about 8 or 9 deep. Gracie Butler gets a breather. Upperman's lead is still 5. They have not been able to separate past this point. Crouch, inbound feed was tipped. Now back to Crouch. Cassie's lay won't go. Rebound tipped. Carson fighting for it. She's on the floor. It's still loose, and finally there's the jump ball, and the arrow belongs to the Kings Academy. Lady Bees up 31-26, 4:18 to go in the third. Seems like neither team's really been able to grab momentum here in this third quarter so far. Little run either way could really turn the tide. Now a pass ahead, Loveday with it. Loveday picked up by Crouch. Now over Betinu. Into Cool in the low block, and an offensive foul as she tried to clear out Taylor Delenti. And Cool will pick up as she hooked around the body. That is her second, and again, Upperman holding up very well against 6'5" and 6'3" in the lane. Here's Crouch. Trying to get the set play started. Crouch goes to work. Maggie Butler inside. That one punched out of play. And they'll say Maggie touched it last. And it goes the other way. Interesting. Obviously, they got a way better view than I do from upstairs and a mile away. And now Carson touches that one out of play. Gracie Butler to the table. Cassie Crouch just trying to settle in a little bit here. 3:46 to go. Sorry for the earthquake. That's on me. Walden fights off a screen, now has it. Here comes the trap in the corner. Nice feed ahead, Loveday. Numbers if they hurry. Loveday weaving through, blocked. Gracie Butler with the swat out of play as she had to sprint down the floor with 3:38 to go in the third. Sideline baseline inbound coming here. Trying to get it to Cool. Upperman defends nicely. Goes across to Betinu. Betinu, turnaround shot. Nice stroke. To have that shot in your bag at 6'5", that is very, very strong for a junior. Turnaround, can high point it, find the rim, and put it through. That's high level. Here's Carson. Back to Delenti. 3:19 to go in the third. Upperman's offense has slowed a bit. Right side, Delenti. Now into Butler. Butler weaves through traffic. 2 more. Gracie Butler with 18 in the ball game. Back to a 5-point advantage. Upperman has answered every bucket in the quarter as Walden drives, throws it up and good. Skylar Walden with the answer. Now back and forth we go as the offenses are opening up a bit. Here's Gracie. She has a speed mismatch, gives back to Carson. Now Delenti. Delenti drives and kicks to Maggie. Maggie, wing 3, good. Maggie Butler with a big Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Who can get a stop off a make? Here's Loveday. Kicks out Cool. She thought about it, now pulls up. That is a tough shot, no good. And the box out by Delenti frees up the rebound for Carson. It's now punched ahead, now swiped. Messy transition offense leads to an opportunity, down 6 for the Kings Academy. Here's Walden. Crosses over, drives, mid-range pull up. No, rebound again. What a box out. Taylor Delenti inside. Pure heart for number 12. Here's Carson. Gives back to South. She's open. 4-3. Good. Sadie South with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Here go the Lady Bees. 2:02 to go in the third. It's 39-30. A quick cash pawn timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. Sadie South reigns home her second long-range 3 of the game. And Upperman trying to get some separation. What has eluded them the past couple of games? Certainly their offense. The past couple of minutes, this is the best it's looked. Starting to hit their open shots. 2:02 to go in the third quarter. It's 39-30. The Southwell Auto Clinic, your hometown auto doctors. They've been locally owned and operated for over 5 decades. Stop in and see them so they can give you a holiday tune-up today and tell them that we sent you here. That's the Southwell Auto Clinic. 2:02 to go in the third quarter. Upperman's lead is 9. Big moments here. The Kings Academy certainly not out of this game, but they need to answer the run. Gracie Butler's 18 leading the way here for Upperman. Here comes the trap again. Pass ahead, Loveday with it. Loveday has Butler chasing from behind. Now drives and kicks. Nice feed. Jumps into a 3 and good. Huge answer as Kyle Young gives a 3 that the Kings Academy had to have. South trapped in the corner. Dangerous pass. Stolen away Walden. Throws it up with the left hand. No Delenti. Fighting for the rebound. She has it. Now Delenti ahead to Corson. Big stop on defense for Upperman. Here's Gracie Butler. Jumps through and finishes. 20 for Gracie Butler. Upperman's lead is back to 8. Now ahead, here they come. Walden with it outside. 1:20 to go on the third. They just got the 3 by Young. Walden can certainly rein it home. She's trying to. That's her step back blocked. T.T. Carson with great defense. Now here's Delenti. She's bobbling it just a little bit, able to get it back to Carson. Upperman has not led by more than 9. The Kings Academy led by 7 in the first quarter. 2 really good teams going at it tonight. Here's Gracie. Back to Carson. Baseline drive for TT. Carson has a step and finishes. Lady Bees in front by 10. 42 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Loveday weaving through traffic. Has an opportunity. Loveday throws it up and good. Back and forth. 34 seconds as Carson lost focus. Out of play. Goes right back to the Kings Academy. And that's a turnover you absolutely cannot have if you're the Lady Bees, as Spy goes right to the table. She's going to check in. And Coach McWilliams says it's okay. It happens. It does. It leaves the door open for the Kings Academy, now down 8, 30.9 to go. This game is turning into a very, very fun affair. Here's Walden. Works away from a screen. Drives inside. Butler got a hand on it. Swiped it out of play. It'll stay on that end with the Lady Lions. Gracie Butler is playing her tail off. A change defensively for Dana McWilliams. And now the stack play coming for the Kings Academy. Shoulders being thrown everywhere. That's basketball, baby. Let's go. Inbound Dabrowski. Delenti picks her up. Let's go. Dabrowski, left side. Ashley drives inside. That's a travel. Knocked out of play, and it last went off of Ashley. Possession back to the Lady Bees. 14.3 with an 8-point lead here in the third. Looking for more. Butler to Phi. Here comes the trap. Phi with way too much speed. She just punches it ahead to herself. 10 seconds. Over to South. Now Maggie. Back to South. 7 seconds. Upperman's got to go. Here's Gracie Butler. 1-on-1. Straight inside. Gracie Butler. Good for 2. 22 for number 22. We head to the fourth and final frame. It's Lady Bees 45, the Kings Academy 35. This is Upperman basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Phi. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back here to Seymour, Tennessee. Lady Bees with a strong third quarter. They lead by 10 with the basketball. Upperman working right to left with it as we're back underway. Gracie Butler has 22 points, including a shot with 1 second to go in the last frame. Here's a back cut. Nicely defended that time, Loveday. Best they defended it today. Now Loveday quickly ahead. Opportunity, mid-range pull-up, good. Kyle Young finishes. The Kings Academy has been very good in transition today as Phi lost handle on it, right out of bounds, into the trap. Dana McWilliams immediately wants a timeout as the defensive pressure has changed for the Kings Academy. Coach Dante Turnaspeed got into his team during that last break in between the third and the fourth. Very animated, trying to jumpstart them as they had gone flat. That 10-point lead was the largest for either team in the game. The Kings Academy led by 7 in the first quarter. Upperman and Radley back with a big second and third to lead by 10. Now it's an 8-point game, and the Lady Lions have the basketball. Quick cash pawn timeout on the floor. Stick around post-game. We will have the Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store post-game show. We'll have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. 7:34 to go here in the ball game. An 8-point lead for Upperman. But after the turnover, it's the Kings Academy ball. Loveday sends back Walden. Walden works around 5. Gets free inside for 2. 4 straight, and that sends T.T. Carson to the table. 5 to inbound, finds Delenti. Back to 5. Lady Bees have to protect the basketball. 5 against the trap, dangerous feed, finds Delenti. Delenti trying to break the 10-second clock will. Delenti loses handle, another turnover. Back-to-back turnovers for Upperman. TKA with the basketball down 6. Quickly ahead, here's Walden. She drives, reverses feed to Broski. Her 3 is good. Just like that. 7 straight for the Kings Academy, and their crowd is in it. Delenti in trouble. It's like an avalanche. Can Upperman survive? They can with this feed. Here's Gracie Butler inside, puts it up for 2. The silencer. Gracie Butler with a huge answer. Upperman back in front by 5. They have to slow down the game. Here's Loveday. Drives, blocked. Maggie Butler with the block. Here's Gracie again in transition. In a foot race, forget about it. Puts it up, count it, and the foul. Gracie Butler with 4 straight. Give her 26 in the game, and she can make it 27. That's a tough finish as she goes to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Dabrowski picks up her first as T.T. Carson checks in. It's the team's first. That is a tough finish. Dabrowski got her money's worth on the foul. It was a good foul to take, but Butler able to finish. That is a huge answer by Gracie B. And she connects on the free throw. A 5-0 Gracie Butler run in transition. Upperman back in front by 8. The silencer indeed. Now here's Walden off a screen. Triggers the 3, and she got fouled. Carson jumped into the landing area, and Walden has a chance to shoot 3. And that's one. Yes, she can hit, but the Lady Bees are going to have to let her shoot. That is fading away 32 feet away from the basket to her right. As Walden at the line to shoot 3. She's already gone 2 for 2 tonight. Make it 3 for 3. Dana McWilliams and Gracie Butler on the dry erase board to our left. Going over what they want to do next. Next one for Walden, nothing but nylon. She is the definition of a shooter. It has not been the size. We thought the size could give the Lady Bees trouble. They've done great against the size. As Walden calmly sends 3 through. That's a big answer. Carson works through a trap. Now fires it ahead. South is wide open. Puts it up quickly and good. Another quick answer by the Lady Bees. Back to a 7-point advantage. And they are not bailing out of their trap in the full court. That pass ahead, nicely grabbed. 2-on-1. Bouncing it over. Errant pass. It's gathered by the Kings Academy. Back out to Dabrowski. Dabrowski back to Walden. They are setting up this double screen to get her free for a 3. Into the corner, Dabrowski. Hit one from the other corner. Now she hits one from this corner. The Kings Academy with a big punch. They were challenged by their head coach. They've answered. Here's Gracie Butler ahead to South. Back to Butler. Upperman probably be wise to slow it down. Back out South. Over to Carson. Now Delenti. to Maggie. Back to Delenti. Track meet against a team who's down is not your friend. Carson resets the clock and now starts to drive. Steps through, over the shoulder and a foul. TT Carson, will it be shots or will it be a baseline inbound? I think it's going to be a baseline inbound here as they get the foul on Dabrowski. That's her second for a block. 52-48. A quick punch for the Kings Academy. Upperman's answer. Butler turns inside. Senses she has a one-on-one. Why not? Gracie Butler with 29 points on the road. 5 minutes to play. This one's been all kinds of fun. Here's Walden. Off a screen. Step back three. No good. Rebound down. Again, Upperman going to have to be content with her taking that shot. Can't bail it out with a foul. She can make it, but it is a low percentage look. Now, she can make a bunch of them in a row. Don't get me wrong. But the free throw is much higher percentage. One-on-one, right side south. Back out Gracie. Gracie to Delenti. Delenti steps it over. Errant pass. Maggie Butler was open. The pass was off the mark. And Dana McWilliams wants a full timeout to talk about things. 4:29 to go in the ball game. Upperman leads by 6. Presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this 3-bed, 2-bathroom home in the desirable Poplar Point subdivision in Rickman. This home sits on just under an acre with a 2-car garage and over 1,500 square feet of living space. It's the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Quick Cash Pawn timeout on the floor. Don't forget, this is just game 1 of 2 on the network tonight. 7:30 Central Time tip as the Bees take on James Lawson. Jacob Vinson will have the action. I will not be able to get there in time. Not even going to attempt to. Jacob will be there with all the action here on the UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. Upperman led by 10. The Kings Academy answer with a huge run to cut it to 3. Upperman has answered back, but a turnover gives the Kings Academy the ball back with a 54-48 game with 4:29 to play. Here's Skylar Walden. She's bodied up and turns away from TT Carson. You could tell they want her to shoot the 3. They have gone completely away from the size. Now they'll fire it to Walden from the left side. Walden against Carson. Tries to turn. Carson with good defense. Here's Loveday. Loveday into the low block. Turns on Butler. Throws the shot up. No. Got her own rebound. Put back. No good as well. Rebound ricochets. Carson has it 2 feet on the basketball, and that's a kick. Possession going to go to the Lady Bees. Loveday had 2 feet on it. While it is a clever thought, it is not legal. 4:02 to go in the ball game, a 6-point gap. Delenti to inbound. To Carson in the corner. Here comes the trap. Carson turns. She has her dribble. Works through calmly. Trying to get it ahead, and that's a travel call. A lot of contact, no foul. Dana McWilliams cannot believe it, and I'm there with her. Carson was going to get the outlet feed ahead, but she got fouled. They didn't call it, and they call a travel instead. A break for the home team. I think the officiating's been totally fine today. That one was a miss. That one, though, punched out of play by Maggie Butler as Bella Fly back to the table. Got a breather. She's played well today, but has to protect the basketball. Carson checks out. That's the name of the game for Upperman. Defend the 3 and protect the basketball. Inbound Loveday. Now they work it over to Dabrowski. Hands off Walden. Walden triggers the 3. No good. It is such a quick trigger. That was knocked out of play. Certainly last touch by the Lady Lions. And they're giving it to the Kings Academy. Here we go. That is an atrocious call. Back-to-back nonsense calls against the Lady Bees in a 6-point game with 3:45 to go. No overcoming that. That is 2 straight garbage calls. Inbound kick out Walden. 5 picks her up. Walden works off a screen. Mid-range pull-up jumper, good. Now, it took a couple of bad calls, but finally the Kings Academy gets it. Here's Maggie Butler ahead to Gracie. Gracie working past Loveday. Gracie feeds across to 5, but a foul and a charge is called. and the official came sprinting in, waving his arms, wanting everybody to notice the call. And they called a charge on Gracie Butler. And now you begin to see what's going on. And they called a technical foul as well on Gracie Butler. So 2 free throws for Skylar Walden. And now you begin to see what is starting here on the road for the Lady Bees as Walden connects on the first. They weren't ahead by enough. They called a charge and then a tech. And the next one is good. They're within 2. And now they just called a warning on Dana McWilliams. They're about to get screwed. 3:28 to go in the ball game. That is 4 consecutive calls against the Lady Bees. 3 of them non-judgment. Bounce over left side. 2-point game. And a moving screen is called to even it up a little bit. Emmy Atchley called for the personal. Possession back to Upperman. Their lead from 10 down to 2. Upperman simply needs a bucket. They just got one on a great feed, and it got overturned by the officials. Here's 5. 5. Working up on against Atchley. She has a speed advantage. Atchley with the size advantage. Here's Delenti. Delenti back to Gracie Butler. Gracie with it. 3 minutes to go. Gracie has 29 points. Euro steps, puts it up, and another charge. It'll go the other way. Same official. 2:57 to go, another charge. The officials are going to gift this game to Upperman's opponent tonight. They lead by 2 with 2:57 to go. Upperman's going to have to steal it. And now a push and a charge. And Gracie Butler earned that one. Olivia Loveday didn't really push her, but you understand why Gracie would go down like that. She does on the arm extension and possession back to the Bees. 2:54 to go. It had been a very loose whistle in a good way so far. They had let them play, and now everything has been called. Looking inside Butler. Gracie Butler has 31. She will not be denied. Finishes off the inbounds play. Upperman in front by 4 with 2:45 to go. Here's Walden. Steps back. Deep 3 and hits. Skylar Walden with unlimited range splashes it home. Timeout the Kings Academy with 2:34 to go in the contest. A quick cash pawn timeout on the floor. It is a full timeout, so we will take it with them. Don't go anywhere.
Located at the end of Prosperity Drive on a quiet cul-de-sac in Prosperity Point, this home offers 2,964 finished square feet. Features include a split bedroom plan, large open great room and dining room for gatherings and entertaining, spacious primary suite, generously sized guest bedrooms, partially finished basement with walkout access, and a 2-tiered back deck overlooking the pool. Priced at $414,900. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145 for more information.
Skylar Walden with a sensational step-back 3 for the Kings Academy has cut Upperman's lead to 1. 2:34 to go. Both teams in the bonus on the next foul, non-player control. It is Upperman basketball as the Kings Academy and Coach Dante Turnaspeed called a timeout to set up his defense. 5 on the floor for Upperman. Phi, Delenti, Gracie and Maggie Butler, and Sadie South. A officiating masterpiece has broken out as Upperman wanted a different inbounder, and they get it with Gracie Butler at the last moment. She can run the baseline here. She's looking down the floor, fires it to Delenti. Delenti, eyes up, now tiptoes down the sideline, and they say she stepped out. Same official. Back the other way. There will not be a call in Upperman's favor the rest of the way that's not blatantly obvious. As Bella Phi checks out, TT Carson in. Kings Academy back within a point, 56-55, 2:38 to go. 2:30 to go, I should say. This is about as obvious as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. Skip pass across. Walden in rhythm for three. Popped out, no. Maggie Butler with a rebound. Wasting no time ahead. South able to weave through traffic. South inside and foul. Kyle Young going to be called for the personal. Puts Upperman in the bonus. Sadie South to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot two. Sadie South to try and stretch it to a three-point advantage. First one for South is no good. A great free throw shooter misses the first. Upperman has to convert when they're given these opportunities. They have been few and far between this evening. This is the first non-Gracie Butler Lady B at the line. South's next one is no good. Rebound punch straight into the air. Huge opportunity now for the Lady Lions. Down just one with the basketball. 0 for 2 at the line. Here's Walden again. It's been her from downtown. That's the offense right now. Dabrowski's hit a couple as well. Nice crossover for Young. Now finds the target Ashley against Walden. Works off a screen. 1:44 to go. Again, one-on-one. What a move inside Walden. Throws the runner off the glass and good. The Kings Academy leads by 1. They've erased a double-digit fourth quarter deficit. Now Carson in some trouble to find Delenti. Upperman in need of a bucket. 90 seconds to go. Butler to Carson. Carson kicks to South. Now Maggie. Lady Bees seen a 10-point lead evaporate. Just missed 2 free throws. Can't complain if you miss your free throws. Carson nearly went over and back. Back intended for Maggie, and it was intercepted. Another turnover. Lady Bees falling apart a little bit. 1:04 to go. Now they have to press. Carson steps to Walden. She's put on a show in the fourth quarter. Lady Bees have to come with the trap. Dangerous pass intercepted. Taylor Delenti with a gift. Read it the whole way. Upperman down a point, 50 seconds to go. Another dogfight. Delenti working against Walden. 40 seconds, and there's the timeout. Upperman all out of sorts, but they got the turnover. A quick cash pawn, timeout on the floor. Dana McWilliams is not happy at all, and it will be a 30-second quick cash pawn timeout on the floor. 40.6 seconds to go, and all they had left was fulls, so that will stretch this to a full timeout on the floor. Upperman led by 10, opening the frame. Then a couple of big shots and heavy pressure got a run started. The Kings Academy cut it to 3. Upperman stretched it back to 8. Then the officials, and by officials I mean one particular official got involved, called 4 straight fouls and a technical against the Lady Bees, and that really jump-started. And then Skylar Walden hit a tremendous step-back 3, had a crossover to get free inside off the glass, and that has given the Kings Academy a 57-56 lead. Upperman again down with 1 minute to go. In these situations, they have not been able to break through yet. Is this the day where they can? What will Dana McWilliams draw up here? Any foul defensively puts the Lady Bees at the line. But it would have to be egregious to imagine that they're going to get a call in this gym right now with how this fourth quarter has gone. Delenti to inbound here from the sideline. Bellafai back into the game. She has the inbound here. 5. Works it over to Delenti. Now Maggie from the elbow. Hands off Delenti. Back to Gracie. One-on-one with Walden. 30 seconds. She picks up her dribble. That's a mistake. Skips it over to Delenti. 23 seconds. Lady Bees may be holding here. Delenti has it poked. Fight for it. On the floor. Saved yet another turnover. 3 turnovers in the last minute. Now here's Walden. There's the foul, and it's an intentional. Same official was going to put the icing on this cake as he calls an intentional foul for a wrap. He should be ashamed of himself. 2 free throws in the ball here for the Kings Academy, and that is the icing on the cake for that gentleman who made it blatantly obvious what his agenda was in this basketball game in the fourth quarter. And it's Gracie Butler's 5th personal foul, but Walden, who's a great free throw shooter at the line to shoot 2, they're in the bonus and will get the ball. And that is as blatant as it can be. First one on its way is good. And it's a shame because Skylar Walden has been unbelievable. And Dana McWilliams says no fouls, I believe. We'll see if they do or not. You may just want to get out of this gym, and I wouldn't blame them. Next one for Walden to stretch it to 3. Got the roll. Timeout going to be called here by the Kings Academy. Full timeout on the floor. Skylar Walden put on the cape. Ladies and gentlemen, I will always call a spade a spade. This was as blatant of one-sided officiating by one official as I have ever seen in my entire career. Every call he made down the stretch was controversial against one team. He did not blow his whistle in the fourth quarter against the home team. Not one time. Inbound coming here for the sideline for the Kings Academy. 9.5 to go, leading by 3. Sideline inbound here. Fires it, and a foul called for a hold against the Lady Bees. 9.1 seconds. 2 free throws coming here, and any of them go, it would ice the game as Maggie Butler picks up her third. It will be Emmy Ashley to the line to shoot 2. Ashley to fly him away. She just needs 1, up by 3. First one, no good. And a slight pulse for Upperman, who needs a miss and then a 3. Next one, to ice it. Good. Big one. 60 to 56. Here's Delenti ahead. Delenti stepped on the line. Possession back the other way, and the Kings Academy is going to erase a 10-point deficit and come back to win. Sideline inbound comes in. Carson with a quick foul. 4.9 seconds to go. And the best free throw shooter, one of the best shooters we've seen in a long time. Skylar Walden to the line. We mentioned it the whole game. The Kings Academy is really good. These were 2 great teams going at it. It's a shame that one official decided to make it about him tonight because this game was unbelievable. But he has overshadowed it with whatever his deal is, as the first one is good. Next one. Good as well. 2 for 2, 4.9 seconds. Ahead to 5. She just got to put it up. Sends over to Delenti. She will. Taylor Delenti couldn't get it to go, and that will do it. The Kings Academy comes back and knocks off the Lady Bees, 62 to 56. Great win for the Kings Academy. Shameful performance by one official tonight. That is the story of the game. In a very abbreviated Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store post-game show, Upperman falls despite 31 from Gracie Butler on the road. A come-from-behind effort. They fall to 5-3 on the season. Next up for them, another tough one. Friday night at home. Had very few home games so far, but they will be back in the Hive when they welcome in the Blackman Lady Blaze, and then on Saturday against East Nashville. Next up for the network, Jacob Vincent is in Nashville as the Bees take on James Lawson. 7:30 Central Time tip-off there. Again, the Bees against Lawson on the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. Tomorrow night, a couple of games to choose from. The game of the week pits Stone Memorial against Pickett County, and over on UCR2, I'll be in Nashville as the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers and Cavs take on Lipscomb Academy. Cookeville, number 1 ranked girls team in 4A in the state, number 1 team in RUC top 5 as well. We'll see them in action tomorrow night with a 6 o'clock tip-off in the girls game. Once again, final score, the Kings Academy 62, Upperman 56. Keep your eyes on UpperCumberlandReporter.com for the latest coverage of high school sports throughout the area as we say so long from Seymour.